Welcome to the More Podcast, M-O-R-E exclamation point. Welcome to our podcast where we want more of Him. We want all that God has for us. We're not just satisfied going to church on Sunday. We want more.
We don't claim to be biblical scholars. We're just two best friends inviting you on our journey as we share stories of how God moves in our everyday lives, the lives of others, and the lives of those in the Bible. We're excited you're here. Well, hello, more podcasters. We are still technically in 2025, but when you hear this episode, well, we have rolled over to 2026.
Yes.
All right. Yay.
Exciting.
So we just wanted to spend a little bit of time. Now, we're going to, towards the end, we do have a special surprise where, you know, we've told y'all about Sissy and I started a tradition a few years ago where we buy the most fabulous gifts for one another, and we have to leave that gift up for a year is the deal. What you do with it after that, again, I will say
Mine are still up.
Mine stay up. I know Gunner was he was what was it? Indicted? No, that's a bad term.
Inducted.
Is it? Inducted.
Yes.
He was inducted to this gift. Indicted.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
that's bad.
after this year, you may think we need to be indicted. But Gunner received a special gift from Sissy and I last year, and it was special.
It was.
And so this year, we're going to share that joy with you towards the end. But Sis thought that maybe this year we should, or this episode, we should talk about three things. What we took away from 2025, right?
Yep.
What we felt like the Lord was telling us, either individually or collectively, and then what are we looking for in 2026?
Yes.
And what else did I leave out?
What we're looking forward to, and then what goals we want to set.
What goals we want to set. And I wasn't sure about the goals, if they were personal or like podcast goals. So we can roll with that once we get there.
Yes.
So why don't we break down 2025, because I know if our listeners are like the three of us, man, God was moving in 2025. And I'm not saying God wasn't moving 2024 and before that, but just being aware of God moving. There's a power when you can see it, when you ask God's favor, when you ask God something in prayer, and when He delivers it and you see it. Y'all gotta forgive me, had an emotional day today, so I'm gonna be emotional on this podcast. I love it when God shows up, and 2025 was that.
Yes.
Was that would probably be one of my things, is just the revealing of God in my life, and just what He's doing, not just in my life but in the life of others. You know, testimonies people would tell, and you'd be like, oh, do you not think that wasn't God who was stepping up with you in that moment? But
seems like every conversation that me and you had, I don't really love this term, but it's the only way I know to say it, like a God wink. Like we would have a conversation about something, and then God would confirm that.
Yes.
And so every time we were together sitting in the car or something, we would be like, okay, it's not a coincidence.
No.
Not a coincidence. So it's like all through 2025, God would show us something. We would be talking about something. He'd put it on our heart, and then He would show us physically, I guess.
Yes.
And then when we would get together the next time, we would be like, you're not going to believe this. And I would say, you're not going to believe this. So it's just like He confirmed things all throughout the year.
Whether it was a scripture or it was a direction that we were headed in. God was just constantly showing up. And I mean that, y'all, I got to tell you, that is just something that is so incredibly powerful. And if you've not experienced that, it's not because God isn't doing it in your life, because God does it for all of us. It's because we haven't cut out the chaos. We've not shut down the noise enough to see it and look for it.
Right.
And sometimes we just got to shut that noise off just to see it and look for it.
And just an example of that, what I'm talking about, I'm not saying this to brag on myself by any means, but this is just kind of what I'm talking about that has happened to us all through the year. Sunday at church,
we were in praise and worship, and I just felt like the Lord. There was a lady with a baby across the aisle from us, the tiniest, cutest little baby, and I felt like the Lord was telling me to give her $20. And I was like, okay, that's going to be awkward just to ask
just
this
to walk
man.
up
I'm not
somebody
out on the
and-
outside to ask this man to move, let me through, you
Right.
know. So anyway, so we were singing it again, and I just felt like the Lord put that on my heart. So I said, okay. And I know God, and He knows me. And I know that when He's asking me to do something, He wants me to go above and beyond.
Right.
So I went over there and I said, is this your baby? Is this your adorable baby? She's like, no, this is my foster child. And I said,
Stop
okay,
it.
well, I just want to bless you. And I just put a $100 bill in her pocket. Not to brag on me at all.
Right.
But that was God saying, okay, that was a confirmation that I 100% heard what He said, because what do we do all year
Yes.
long but minister to foster children?
Minister those foster kids.
And so it's not by accident that God sent me to the one person, or I don't know how many people in the church had foster kids, but I thought, okay, God, okay, that was 100% you.
Yes.
And so I went back over there to my seat, and my husband was like, is that her baby? And I said, no, that's actually a foster child. And he was like, okay. So I'm not saying that to brag on myself at all, but that's the kind of God wink that I'm talking about. It's like we minister to foster girls all year round, and that God directed me to that one foster child in the church.
And I would say that, to me, that piggybacks on the word trust. There have been, in all my life, I've trusted God.
Right.
All my life, I've trusted God. But if I'm being completely transparent, I put a little trust in Delene, right?
Right.
Put a little trust in myself to earn that bonus at work or to do whatever. And those you've been listening to us, in March of 2024, I was promoted to customer at my current job and my career, and and we laugh about that, but it's true. I was promoted to customer, and and 2024 just kind of, it kind of had its hiccups, but I felt like I was just trying to find my way. 2025 was the year where I was completely dependent on someone other than myself.
2024 was your setup year.
2024, yeah, I
what
like that.
God-
Yes,
where
yes.
God
I think-
wanted you.
I think
2024 was your setup
24
year.
was the setup year, and then 2025 was just dealing and just putting it before Him, just putting it, because I think we're going to get to 2026 in a minute, so I'll come back to that. But I think in 2025, one of the things that I started doing differently is I started to voice those needs out loud to God. And you're like, well, come on, Delene, everybody should do that, right? Well, yes, you should. But again, my pride would not necessarily let me voice those. But when I did, again, He would just show up. And the Foster Girls is an incredible example of that, where we have, times where we're like, oh, we need Bibles. And then all of a sudden somebody says, here's
Right.
money to buy Bibles, or here's this to do this. And sometimes it's people that I know that I'm so grateful for. Right. But then sometimes it's just complete stranger.
Right.
And so, for me, I think trust was something that, again, God was saying, I know you know this. I know you've been a Christian for a long time. Just keep leaning into me. There's no seasonality when you time out of when you should trust God and trust His movements.
Right.
And just knowing that whether the times are good or you're going through a trial, God's there for you.
Right.
And He's got a purpose for that.
And so while we're talking about trust, God always has our best interest at heart. He knows what we need before we need it.
Yes.
So I want to go to Matthew 6:8 real quick and read that real quick. And it says, we'll go to 8. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Then this is how you should pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done. I'm not going to read all that, but verse 8 specifically tells us that our Father knows what we need before we even ask for it. And so the thing that we've got to do is to trust Him. And I think that God has grown us to where we do trust Him 100%.
Yes.
We don't doubt Him. We don't doubt that small voice that we know it's Him. But it is, and I didn't tell that story to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying that when God whispers something to you, and you're obedient, and then you're like, okay, God, I see you, see me. I see you, see
I
me,
see
God.
you, see me.
Yeah.
And those are the word surrender and the
Right.
word obedience were words that I felt like that collectively, I think the three of us experienced in 2025 in a big way,
Right.
where we stepped out boldly and did some things that, that I'm not sure that was ever on our agenda to do, but God made it clear that it was something that He put in front of us,
Right.
and to surrender and to show that obedience and to boldly step up. Whether we were scared to death or not. I think about Gunnar going to a women's retreat with us.
Yes.
Bless his little heart, the only man there. They were having a men's retreat the same time we were having a women's retreat. And I know they're thinking, why is that young man going in there with the women? He needs to be over here with us. But that boldness of just trusting in God and
Right.
being obedient to God. And I have to say that probably a lot of the Bible stories that we went back through and we were telling kind of just reinforced, right, those moments in our lives,
Yep.
those Jonah moments in our lives about, just be obedient,
Right.
and take that action.
And so definitely for 2025, God revealed a word to me in March. And that word I've seen everywhere. I told Jolene, I said, I hope he
Do you
has
know that
another
word,
word
Gunnar?
for me.
Do you know that
What's the
word?
word? What's the word?
The word abide.
Abide. Everywhere I
Abide.
turn, I have seen that.
Yes.
And so I know that some people choose a word. Like we'll be seeing on Facebook very soon, people saying, this is my
Yes.
word for 2026. This is my word for 2026. I don't do that. And never has God really specifically gave me one word that was everywhere. But this past
year,
year in
this year,
2025,
yeah.
the word abide was every single place
Yes.
I turned. And the last place was at Generation Church a couple of weeks ago when we
Oh, my
went.
goodness.
I said, oh, look, they have a great bookstore over there. And we look and there's a T-shirt that says abide. I
Yes.
said,
Everything in that bookstore.
Everything.
was
He
like,
said abide.
Everything in that
Abide.
bookstore said
So-
abide, and we just all just fell out laughing
Right.
because again, that's one of those moments where we're like, yeah, no,
That's the
we
God
heard
wink
ya.
that
She
we're
heard
talking
you.
about.
She's she's a part of that now.
So I don't know if that's going to change in 2026. I don't know because God's seasons are not. There's no time
there's
limit
not-
on
no,
God's
there's not-
season,
there's
so
not a
I don't
time
know
limit.
if that word's going to change. But like I have never given myself a word and said this is my word for a year. God gave me that word
Yes,
and He stuck
yes.
to it, and I don't know. And I told you, I said I hope He gives me another word for 2026 because I'm tired of seeing that one. However, it was a good thing. It was
Yes.
rest. It was
Yes.
just to be at peace with God and just to abide with Him. So, do you have a word? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that by no means. I just never have. Is there a word that sticks out in your mind or your heart for 2026?
I think there is. For me, it's an ongoing.
Okay.
For me, I think that there's an ongoing of the trust in God, just leaning in with Him. But way back when, and this was years ago, there was this little jewelry place. Then they would make your own jewelry, craft your own jewelry, and I had Psalm 46:10 put on a piece of jewelry, which is the verse that says, "Be still and know that I am God." And that was a verse that got me through some crazy times at work when things were just stupid and busy and overwhelming, and I was putting way too much pressure on myself and not leaning enough on God. But yet I would wear that word around my neck, and I would find comfort in it. And I tucked it away.
Right.
Tucked it away. And the other day, probably 2-3 weeks ago, I guess, going through some stuff, just trying to clean out some clutter in my house. And I found it again. And I was like, oh, there that is. And it was like when I touched it, it was like that energy came back to me again. But I feel like in 2026, because I showed a friend at church, I showed her the necklace, and she said, "That's beautiful." She said, "But I've always heard it also said, instead of be still and know that I'm God, I've also heard it said, let go and let God." And those who know me closely, those of you who've just listened to this podcast, y'all are like, no, she's got control issues. We know that, right? I've shared a lot of those with me. And I think that God is still working on that with me. I think with things that are going on with my mom, I think there's some control things there that I'm trying to control what's going on when there is no control about what's going on with her, and to let go and to let God, or just to be still and just let God do what God does. I heard it said that if God's putting you through a trial, then it's usually for one of two reasons. Either you're in that trial because he's teaching you something in that trial,
Right.
or perhaps he is teaching you something so that you can teach others.
Right.
And I trust that in this, and I'm going to call it a trial, I'm going to call it what I think it is, that I'm taking that into 2026, is that continuing to let go and let God in all those areas of my life where I felt like Dylan needed control, or Dylan's pride stepped in,
Right.
and she needed to step in and make things better. Let's be real. I'm only going to mess them up. I just need to keep leaning on God. And when I say let go and let God, lay it at the cross and just know he's going to deliver and to answer those prayers.
Right. That's good. And, you know, let's be honest, Delene and I have been very transparent. So you know what all has went on in our 2025. However, Gunner's probably sitting over there sweating because we're going to ask Gunner to be
I'm
a little bit
not sweating.
transparent
I'm
today.
freezing.
It's like 2 degrees in here
is.
today.
And that AC is hitting me right in the
Yes,
face right
The
now.
left side of my face is numb
We
over
are
here.
so
So
we're so blessed that we have a dedicated portable for
Right.
us. However, the heat in this dedicated portable is not working right now, and so yes,
well, it did go from 60 yesterday to 30 something
We did
today.
do
so
that, yes.
So that could be why. Gunner, so we've shared some of your 2025, but I don't know that you've shared any. So tell us some things from your 2025 that transition. Me and Delene, I don't know. Give us something about your
I'm
2025.
going to go ahead and go straight into some of the things that I'm thankful for this
Okay.
year.
Okay.
How many do you have
because-
listed?
I have no list. I'm just about to
Okay.
spout it off out of
Okay.
my head.
Okay. Keep it count.
Loud and
keep it
proud. Let's
count.
hear it. Things you're thankful for in
Yeah,
2025.
well, okay, so we got, we were just talking about your word for the year. I don't really have one, but I think if I was to have to pick two,
For
I think
2026 or 2025?
for this year,
Okay.
I think, and this has all been November, basically,
Okay.
from November on, like everything that's really, I mean, it's been going on longer than that, but
Right.
really, so the word would probably be trust and prayer, and specifically trusting prayer. I mean, we've talked about it a few times on the podcast about with all of us transitioning through different things of our life, and I transitioned out of a very long relationship that, I mean, part of the trusting and the prayer thing was before that I was just trusting completely that I could do it, I could make anything work, that I could just do it all on my own. It's not the case. That was not the case. I tried my best. It's not the case. But specifically, one of the things that I'm thankful for, I started a new job.
Okay.
I started that November 17th or whatever.
That you had been praying for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that was, the prayer didn't start on my end for a while. I was wanting a new job for a long time. Didn't like my job. Was not happy where I was at. Not in really a good headspace there. And my dad obviously is always telling me, my mom too. I mean, their answer is always pray about it, pray about it, pray about it, pray about it.
They are so smart.
And I'm like, yeah, man, but I also need a job.
Yeah, but
I can't just pray about it and not do anything else
Right.
about it. But so I was trying and looking for stuff, looking all the time, calling people and being like, hey, do you have something over here? And it would always fall through. So I finally did start praying about it. And was just one day sitting at work looking through some jobs and saw a job for something I used to do, loved to do. The only reason I took the other job is because it was closer to home. I'd be sitting in an office. I thought it was going to be better. I'm not an office guy. That's not me. I figured that out over this past 5 years that that's not my thing. But I knew a guy that I used to work with that worked there. I hit him up and I was like, hey man, is this a good, I saw that they're hiring. Is this a good place to work? If it is, I'll apply or whatever. And he was like, don't even apply. I'm going to get you a job.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I was like, okay. He apparently had been, they're kind of making his own department, and he didn't really, there was nobody there that he wanted to work with him.
This is somebody that you worked with
Yeah,
prior.
I used to work
to
with
your
him at
last
another
job.
job. Yeah. And they were trying to get people to help him out. None of them were good enough. And so whenever he actually came in and suggested me, they were immediately like, if he wants you, you're hired. So got that job. And then the next thing that I'm thankful for happened right before that. And you guys know, you guys are a part of it. And part of the thing that I'm thankful for is the prayers of everyone around me. My parents, I mean, they were praying for me to get a job and look for a job, because I was coming home every day and just
Right.
walking in the door and being like, I can't keep doing this. And they obviously don't want to, I mean, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear me complain in general, but they also don't want to see me like just hating my life.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were definitely praying for me. I know you guys were praying for me, but specifically you guys were praying for something that was a little bit crazy.
We were.
When we went to the women's conference.
Us?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
When we went to the women's conference, you dropped this little nugget for everybody, but you guys were praying for me to find a wife this year.
Yes.
And that was, when was that? September? Whenever
Yes.
you actually said that. You guys have been doing that.
That was October,
before.
actually.
It was.
Yeah,
it
that's
was.
actually-
October.
Yeah, October.
First
Well,
October.
you dropped it out loud
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
November.
Yeah.
So, but you guys have been praying for that for a while.
Yep.
And which, I mean, that was October, and I was like, a wife? That's not happening. Like, that's crazy. I also said, like, you mean get married? And that's definitely not. But anyways, yeah, you guys were praying for that. And then specifically, this goes back, I was probably in 7th grade. I went to a New Visions church camp. We weren't going there at the time. I just always went because my friends went. But it was Brooklyn Smith's mom. She was doing one of the lessons. I don't know if the whole lesson was over relationships or if this was just like a little nugget she dropped, but it stuck with me. And she was talking about how before she like got married, before she met her husband, she was praying to God for specific things. Like, I want him to have black hair. I want him to, like, all this stuff. And before then, I'd never thought that you could pray specifically like that. I don't know why. I mean, I was in 7th grade, but like, to me, it was just like, if I was going to pray for a wife, I would say, God, please bring me a wife. Like,
Right,
and that
right.
would be the most that I could say. Well, I mean, I was in 7th grade then, so I was like, okay, cool. And I started praying for a girl I had a crush on and just describing her. But like, that wasn't, I mean, that's not the way to do it. But, and also, you know, if there's any middle schoolers listening out there, don't even worry about it in 7th grade. You're not going to marry them.
I'm just proud that you were listening in
Yeah,
7th grade.
and could remember. But here's the thing: when did you remember that you remembered? So, like, this isn't something like every day you went, "Oh yeah, Miss Dana said this," all the way back in 7th grade. I mean, was this revealed to you?
It stuck with me on and off throughout the
Okay.
years. But I never really did it the right way. It was always kind of like, I mean, just being a young guy in relationships and just being, I don't know, just wanting a specific girl or like breaking up with a girl and being like, oh, I want her back. And so I just pray, like, just not doing it right for a long time.
Right.
Well, after this last one, I was like, okay, like, I have no one in mind. Like, there's no one in mind. There's no,
No prospects.
like, there's nothing. And I'm not, at this point, I was not, you guys were praying for the wife this year.
Right.
I was like, you don't have to do everything, God. You don't have to answer every prayer. But I was willing to wait, whatever. But I was praying. I was praying specifically, everything that I would want in a wife, and want in a person. And I met Kenzie this year, who I'm very thankful for. And this happened, the first time that we like hung out was November 10th. So it was the Monday before I started my new job. It was the first Monday where I had the whole week off between jobs. So it was like that job ended and immediately everything that I was praying for just started hitting all at once. And it was,
So if you're listening, she is not a wife at this point.
she's not a wife.
However,
She's not a wife, but
Are
however,
we still
Yes,
going to be?
however.
Are we still going
However.
to be grooms,
We're gonna leave-
moms, or
we're going to leave however ...
however
whatever God
right.
says.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
God's hand in it.
this was a whole, like everything that had happened, and I had talked to Dad about it too. I was like, man, I was like, I told him the story about what Dana had talked about and stuff, and he was like, man, this is like
Was this a recent conversation?
Yeah, this was probably 2-3 weeks after we started hanging out or whatever. But
So we have gotten to meet Kenzie, beautiful young
Yes.
lady,
Yes, she is.
super nice, super
is.
pretty.
yeah, I'm not like, and this is just some, and a lot of people don't really know that we're like
Right.
talking or whatever. And it's kind of just like a little thing that I think would be funny is just to, no one's going to know until we're engaged, and then just be like, oh, hey, by the way.
Hey, by the way.
But
You know,
so you guys, you won't know her. You may not know her. You might. I'm not going to like,
You're not going to out her.
yeah,
Right.
you got the first name and that's it. But and I'm not going to go through every specific thing that I prayed for, but
right.
when you meet her, it's that's it.
Right.
Everything that I prayed for to a point where it's like kind of scary.
Right.
Yes.
It's like, and I was talking to Dad about it, and he was like, and that's like, this is like a real faith builder moment for you, because like you're really getting to see
Right.
like all at once how prayer actually works, and it's so specific. Like she's so specifically what I prayed for that there's no like denying it or saying like,
There's no doubt in your mind.
yeah, there's no saying like, well, I mean, it was vague. Like it could be anybody. Like,
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's spot on, and it's just one of those things where I think the main thing that I want to get across is that prayer works,
Right.
and to be specific in whatever you're praying for. Like, I mean, you always pray like, oh, bless this food, let us be healthy, thanks for my family and all this stuff. And it's like, it's pretty basic stuff, but like you can get as detailed as you want. You can talk to God.
Right.
You actually talk to him.
Yeah.
And
He's tired of hearing us talk to him about you.
Let me tell you something. He's like, hello, laryngitis.
He's like, let me
Let's,
hear, let me hear from
I
Gunner
heard
for a
you.
minute.
Yeah,
Y'all
let me-
step back.
Yeah, can y'all step back for just a minute? Okay, Jolene, I know that you said you're trying to let go of these control issues. Would you just back up just a little bit? You know, and I think
And we didn't even introduce you. We
No.
I've never met her,
No,
so it's
we had
totally
never met her.
No, and I actually
yeah.
forgot about you guys praying specifically for that when I was telling you guys about Kenzie and all this stuff, and then you guys were like, "Yeah, remember we've been praying." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh, there it is.
and that was early on.
I'll
I was
never
like,
forget
okay.
that, because you were, when we said it that day in front of everybody, you were like, "Oh, wait a minute, this year?" So like you had no doubt our prayers were going to work, and I love the faith that you have in our prayers
Yeah.
because you were like, "Hold on, wait a minute, you
Hold
mean
on,
this
hold on.
year or next
Yeah,
year?"
I wasn't ready. I was like,
anyway.
But how God, again, it's just how God just works in seasons. And one of the things I think is so cool in this little journey is also in the interim, we were doing the summer series that became an entire series about, meet the pastors. And we had Robert on board, and he had recommended that book, The Measure of a Man. And we all were like, hey, yeah, that seems like a pretty good book. Let's all sit down. And we had Lachlan come on and John Allen come on, and we spent time just deep diving a little bit into certain chapters of the book. And what I love about that is that also was a book that I remember you saying, okay, there's some things that I can take
Yeah.
immediately because they apply to me right here in my life where I am. But there's some things that I'm not there yet, right? I'm not a husband yet. I'm not a father yet. But let me still study on those things. And so, again, I love that God is just working.
He's moving the
just
pieces
working.
around in your favor. All right, keep going. We're listening.
Oh, what else?
Okay,
what
so
else do you
we've
want?
got a job.
Got
We've
job.
got Kenzie. What else you got
Yeah.
for us?
I mean, my other thing that I would be thankful for if I was going to pick three would, just this podcast. It's just, it's always been, we've had a good year. We've had a lot of, the pastor thing was great this year.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people come up and say that they listen and that they love it. And it's just been fun. It's been a lot, especially this past, like this holiday season, we've been all over the place, but in general, like it's been really fun. We've done a lot, and I'm
We've
thankful
grown,
for
all
it.
three of us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So much. Have
And
we
grown closer.
Have we grown? Yes.
And
God just
I think we
continue-
three have a bond that we never saw coming. I love you guys. Y'all are one of my top five or one of my top three for 2025.
Thanks. Yes.
But we'll get to me in a minute. Keep going, Gunner.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't know, maybe, but I
Okay,
don't
so
have
for
anything specifically right
2026,
now.
what do you feel coming? Anything spiritual? Anything yet? I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I haven't we do fast starts around I think the 6th of January. It was March before God ever even started revealing anything to me last year. So like I said, I don't have a word.
Yeah, I
or
don't know
anything
what.
right now.
I don't know
Is there
what.
anything?
I don't know what I'm thinking about. Probably doing the 21-day fast that everybody's doing. I mean, New Vision's doing it. Strong Tower's doing it. I think Generation was doing it. I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to fast. I'm still trying to.
I mean, it can be social
figure
media.
it out.
It can be like Cokes. It's whatever you put as an idol
Yeah.
before God, whether it's food or, Cokes or social media or whatever it is we put as an idol before God that takes our time. So I'm not 100% sure either. I'm still praying about that. You better
I'm
pray about it or you're not going to be able to do it.
Exactly.
Figuring that
Yes,
out,
that's a
and
good
then,
point.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a good time to kind of figure out what.
And that is so that we hear his voice clearly. So
Yeah,
I think that we
just
should definitely
cutting
do
out,
that.
Cutting out the noise and just putting that trust in him. I would always get tickled whenever friends at work, whenever they would have Lent and they would say, "Oh, I'm giving up chocolate," and they didn't eat chocolate, and I'm like, "Well, that's really not giving up anything." Okay, you're doing that because Jesus gave his life,
Right.
and I
Right.
don't mean to be judgmental, but can you give up something that like, hey, give up Chick-fil-A or give up, give up
Right.
something like, give up sodas or whatever it is,
Right.
but do something, and again, it's not so that you can brag about, hey, look what I did. It's about you cutting out the noise or cutting out anything that might be distracting you from God's message and just making that path clearer.
Right. Okay, so you want to go? 3 to 5 things you're thankful for 2025?
Definitely, I would say family, whether it's blood-related family or it's extended family. The relationships, of course, the relationships the three of us have grown so strong, and just one of those, y'all get full transparency with me. If y'all think we're fully transparent on the podcast, then, Gunnar doesn't show everything that could be recorded.
He doesn't.
But this group is, you guys are fully transparent. And I thought about that driving in today when I was thinking about, what are we going to talk about? And, and I was like, I don't want to share with them what happened today, what happened. I just had a bad day with the loved one, and God was like, why wouldn't you tell them about it? Why wouldn't you, you've told me about it, and I appreciate you telling me about it. But tell your friends, tell them. They, they're going to know what to say. They're going to know, if anything, they're going to be praying for you. So, so definitely, I think the transparency with the two of you, Mercy, help you. Y'all are like, why did she choose me to be transparent with? But I would say also that there's a handful of people. The older you get, I think there's fewer and fewer friends that you truly know are there for you, your ride or die friends. And, I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the blessings. Definitely Christopher, Greg, my mom, just, again, just so many blessings for my family that God has revealed. And so definitely that. And then I think my faith. I think that God just revealing to me just through his gentleness and through his gentle love that regardless of whatever season I'm going through, regardless of whatever I'm going through, he's always there for me. And just his constant reveal. There have been things that I've read and reread in the Bible for years and read them again for purposes of the podcast, and all of a sudden something brand new was revealed to me in that message, and those moments are the moments where I go, oh man, that's powerful. So the Holy Spirit and just the whole faith walk that's been going through, that would be my top three.
Good. So I was a little bit more specific. So of course, God and my faith and my family. And this podcast, that is not going to be in part of mine, but specifically, I gained a daughter-in-law in 2025.
Yeah.
So, and then my daughter was engaged. So that happened in 2025. My daughter graduated from college, and then she started law school. So that was a pretty big milestone.
Yes, huge.
My son got a promotion, and then of course, we have baby Brody. So my nephew had a baby this year. So we have, I think he's right at 6 months now.
He's so
we
precious.
have baby Brody, and just, God every day blesses me. And if he never blessed me again, he's blessed me more than I deserve.
Yes.
But those are specific things. It's been a big year. I turned 51 in August. So when I turned 50, I said that was the best year ever, 50. That's when a lot of this happened. When my son got married, my daughter got engaged, she graduated. A lot of this was when I was still 50. So I said, if 51 is near as good as 50, then it's going to be a fantastic year. And so I turned 51 in August, and it's been right up there. God still continues to bless me, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm thankful that he speaks to me and that he's patient with me. And I'm thankful that he helps me to be obedient.
Yes.
Now, so looking forward, things that I'm looking forward to in 2026,
Okay.
we'll just switch on over to there.
Okay.
So, of course, my daughter's getting married in June, so I'm looking forward to that.
So am I.
Yes.
Wait, so excited.
Yes. We have some speaking engagements on the calendar, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see where the podcast comes, and I just pray that God continues to use this podcast to grow it and to multiply our listeners and to just multiply us through this, our faith, our growth, our relationships that we've made with people through this. And that has been one of the number one things that I take away from it, that we have made some great connections and great relationships. Also, there's a Honduras mission trip on the books. So looking forward to that. So it sounds like that 2026 is going to be off to a pretty busy year, and I'm thankful for that. And like I said, I don't know if God's going to plant me in a home church this year or not, but I'm just going to patiently abide until he tells me gives me another word and tells me to plant my feet, because then I'll be obedient and do that as well. But I can tell you that, I'm so thankful for the love that he has for me, and that he shows me that every day through my family, through my nephews, my nieces. Every day I get to live and see them grow and see them get married and see their babies, and they come to my house and they're like, I'm hungry, sissy, fix me something to eat, sissy, because the kids are always hungry. I want a Swiss roll, because you can never run out of Swiss rolls at my house. And I'm thankful.
Run out of Swiss rolls or grilled cheese.
That's right, or grilled cheese. And I'm thankful financially that, I'm not going to say that this has been the most financially abundant year, but there's never been lack.
Yes.
So I'm very thankful that God takes care of us financially. So there's not been like a huge promotion or anything, but there's no lack.
You went through a whole government shutdown.
Government shutdown.
Whole government shutdown.
Exactly. So there's been no lack. We all had a great Christmas. And I'm just thankful for God, for his hand of protection over my family. And even my son said, sometimes I think you pray too much favor on me. I said, no, you can't do that. He's like, well, I can sure feel the favor that you've prayed over me. So I'm just, I'm just thankful. And I end this year with just a thankful heart of gratitude. And I'm so thankful for you guys, and I love y'all so much. And, like you said, that you came in and that you weren't going to, I'm going to use the word vent, but it's not really vent. Right. You were going to release to us. And when you're in a place of ministry, you can't walk around with your feelings on your shoulder. Because I know that when I was at another church, and I was like, okay, and I told somebody, one of my leaders, this, I was like, I can't complain, and I have to keep that face on of happiness at all times, because they're like, okay, if this has got Jennifer down, then it must be bad. And so, you have to have people, if you are in ministry, even if you're not, you have to have people that you can trust, that's going to know your heart and know where you're coming from. And so I feel like that I have that with you two guys. And I'm not going to cry. I'm going to leave that to you.
Okay, thank you. Because,
maybe Gunner. Maybe we can get Gunner to cry one day.
Gunner might cry one day. 2026, that's our goal.
That's right. We're going to make Gunner cry. 2025 was putting him on the spot.
That's right.
2026 is going to be make Gunner cry.
We'll make him cry. Whether we got to kick him in the shins or whatever we got to do, right? We're going to make him cry.
I was worried.
Peel an onion.
Thinking about all the stuff I was going to talk about today that I might, but I made it through.
Okay, what you got for 2026?
I'm looking forward to my brother's getting married. One of my best friends is getting married. A lot of people are getting married actually in 2026. I got a lot of weddings coming up.
You're going to be learning some songs on that guitar. You are.
Yeah, that one too. I forgot about the guitar thing.
Don't forget about it, Gunner.
No, I got you. But
Wedding singer. Put that on your resume.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I might, maybe
You might find a whole new profession out of that.
Maybe I'll put some extra songs in there. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to where everything goes with my job and my relationship. I think it's going to be a big. I mean, this all started, like I said, pretty recently. So this whole next year is going to be the bulk of everything. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know. It's a lot of it's. I kind of condensed it, but there's a lot of that going on all at once that my year is going to be pretty stacked with. And then obviously stuff with this podcast. I mean, we continue to grow. We get more and more things to make it feel more official. And it's just fun to do. It's fun to see it grow. I mean, where we started, the stuff we started with versus where we're at now is, It's fun. It's fun to do, and I'm looking forward to it.
So on my Facebook, I know that all of y'all too, if you follow, I follow a lot of prophets and prophetesses, and they give all these what's going to happen in 2026. And I try not to read too much into that because I want to hear from God myself. Right. I don't want to hear from somebody else. But there was one that I did read, and I think it was Amanda Crabb put this on Facebook, that if you felt like 2025 has been a stripping season, it was only a setup moment. And in 2026, it's all about rebuilding, and that's about to begin. And I kind of feel like that's for you because,
for sure.
You were kind of stripped of everything in 2025. Yeah. And that was just setting you up for what God's got in store for you in 2026. Right. So I did write that down. And that is probably for all of us.
Right.
I think that's for me and all three of us. We're kind of in the same boat. So that 2026 is going to be a rebuilding. And thankfully, we don't have to do that. We don't have to know the plans. We just have to trust God.
That's right. That and just good friend of mine, Jade. We just say just keep stepping.
Right?
You don't have to know. You don't have to know. Just trust the steps and trust that God's with you in the steps. Just keep stepping for that.
So, what goals? So, if you were going to do a New Year's resolution, which I don't do because I don't stick with them,
right?
Because my resolution is always more discipline, and I always do not do my.
Right.
I don't have enough discipline to do my to follow through. So, I am always praying for discipline for sure. But a couple of things that are specific goals. So, the Bible says to make it plain. Read Proverbs 16:9 for us, Gunner.
16:9?
Is that what I said? Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
16:9. That might not be.
Hold on.
No. I told you 29:18.
Okay.
So we can do, but we're going to do both.
That's
29:18
fine. That's
first.
fine.
Do 29:18. I'll do 16.
Okay. Proverbs 16.
Okay. 29:18 says, "Where there is no revelation, people cast off restraint. But blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction."
Right. So where there is no vision, people perish is another way to say that. So we need to set forth some type of goals. So read Proverbs 16:9 for us real quick.
The human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps.
Right. So all we have to do is it tells us to plan. We still need to plan, but we need to trust God, and we need to be willing to change those plans if God leads us in another direction. So that was Proverbs 29:18 and Proverbs 16:9. So if you're praying about the new season, definitely read those and ask God to reveal something to you through those. So just a couple of goals that I have set for myself is less Netflix and more Bible, because I will sit down and watch Netflix for hours. That's just when I have a very stressful job. So when I get home, I don't really want to think a whole lot. I'll sit there and I'll watch Netflix. My kids are grown, so I don't have to wait on my kids or anything. Less phone, so less social media, more Bible. And I want to be more positive at work because it's a very stressful situation. And the whole row of girls, of course, when you have people that are all going through the same stress together, it's easy to vent to one another. So I want to make sure that I'm more uplifting this year. And I want to, when I walk in every day, I want to have that on the forefront of my mind. And I want to nurture friendships better in 2026. And I had already mentioned this at one of our women's conferences, that it's important to me. I feel like God has revealed to me that I need to do a better job at nurturing friendships, whether that's putting a card in or a text in somebody saying I'm thinking about you or I'm praying about you, or setting up a lunch date or something like that. So the foster center girls, I definitely want to pray about that and pray that God gives us direction for them and gives us workers for them. And salvations and baptisms. And I just want to continue to pray that ministry, that God continues to work there in a mighty way, in a mightier way. It's been great, but we always want to see more. And then, of course, for 2026, my goal is to be healthier. Mm-hmm. So I have a gym membership that I'm not using. My son and daughter-in-law have recently started that gym, so hopefully that can motivate me to go with them. So that I can see them. And then, of course, the podcast, just to do what Gunnar was talking about, make it better, hear God clear about it, pray about the guest, the output, social media, growth for that. So I'm excited. It's going to be a busy year, but it's going to be a good year.
It's going to be busy. Going to be good.
Y'all have any specific goals? That was a lot all meshed.
A lot all meshed up. Definitely one of my top ones is, of course, the foster centers and just the ministry there, and continuing to be obedient and faithful and just listening to God, listening to God's word. A part of that for me specifically is to become more comfortable in spiritual warfare. I am fairly comfortable in warfare. I am not afraid to call down the power of my big brother and say in the authority of Jesus. But to be able to gain more discernment about what is the warfare that we're fighting there specifically. We have just again, these kids, these babies, are coming to us just broken, and they feel the love. They feel God's presence. I had one on Friday tell me, Miss Darlene, I've been praying and I feel God like relieving me of my anger, and I feel God like making me be more kind to everyone, and me not getting so violent with people. And, and I mean, I'm going, yeah, that's it. So I think just knowing how to minister appropriately to them, and to not get comfortable. It's not just showing up and just fingers crossed. There is a plan. There is a purpose. There is a calling that God has for those young women, and to not take that for granted. So that's definitely one of mine in that growth part there. I mentioned it before, just I think my pride, the Lord has revealed to me in a gentle way that I am a very prideful person. I like things to be a certain way, and I like to have people, think of me in a positive way. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't think of me in a negative way, but I think that sometimes that causes me to be less transparent when it comes to what God is working on in my life. And so to be bold in that, and to be bold in the walk that I'm walking, for two reasons. Number one, I feel like that is going to help me in my walk with the Lord, because revealing that is also going to allow prayers and wisdom to come back to me. But also it may be because somebody else needs that word. Somebody else needs to hear that somebody else is going through what you're going through, and that you don't have all the answers.
Right.
And so I think that for me is that there is such a peace that God has given me in those areas of my life where I have let go and just let Him take over. And so I know that those things will come. I just have to be diligent in my human flesh, as James talks to us about our human flesh. I have to be diligent in saying no to that pride, or no to, whatever thought process I have, and just turn it over to God in whatever transparency that looks like.
Well, that sounds like that's going to be a full-time prayer.
Going to be a
But you can do
full-time,
it.
just
That's
full-time,
right.
and just
you hear the Lord,
just
and I know
keep
that
at
He's
it,
going to
and,
do that. And I'm thankful for you, and that thought process that you go through that you just went through with us, because it's not just important that we show up. It's important that we show up in the way that God wants us to.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and thankful for His discernment that He will tell us that. Gunnar, give us a couple of goals for 2026.
My goals, I'll give you guys a little more specifics after we hop off, but really to be healthier,
Yeah, I could probably add that one too, but yeah.
to be healthier, which that's always,
It's always, yeah.
that's always one, but this year specifically, I'm really working towards that. And then, with my job, my 90 days will be up in February, and that's when I do get like an evaluation and hopefully a nice little raise. But after that, one of my biggest goals is just to keep really pushing and growing in that. I have a lot of opportunity here to move up. So it's a good, I'm in a good situation right now. So my goal is to really take advantage of that. And then just to prepare myself to be like leader of a household and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So,
and just to be a godly man. Yep.
yep.
Yeah, well,
The
we love you,
measure of a
Gunnar,
man.
and we're so proud of you, and we're so thankful that we get to watch your journey. And I know that we have just probably given you all much more information than you needed. We're very transparent, unfortunately. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing.
Right.
But I hope that it does get you thinking about all of your blessings that you've had in 2025. I know that it wasn't a great year for everybody. There were hurts, there were pains, there were losses. But I do pray that something we said today encourages you. I just feel like God, it's all a setup, that it's a setup for 2026. So whatever happened in 2025, God's going to multiply 2026. There is a specific prayer. I'm going to close, and there is a specific prayer that I want to pray over us. So after I pray, then we are going to open our gifts to each other. Right. So if you are watching online and you want to stay for that, you are more than welcome
Otherwise,
to.
drop on off.
You are welcome to hit stop. But you are welcome if you want to see our gifts that we're giving to each other. But I found a prayer today, and I thought, man, this is 100% my prayer, and I just want to come into agreement with this prayer. I found it on Facebook. Todd Coconato put it on there. He has a church in Hendersonville. He's an evangelist and a prophet, And I thought, this is the best prayer, and I want to come into agreement with it over my life. And I'm just going to read it. And if y'all just want to bow your heads as I pray it and just come into agreement with it
If
as
you're
well
driving,
for your life.
if you're
Yes.
driving, we do not encourage you to bow your head, but we want you to
Exactly.
listen, put full attention on for this.
Exactly. But I am going to receive this for my life. So in the mighty name of Jesus, I speak life over you right now. Fresh strength and encouragement as you start this new week, this new year, and prepare to step into this new year. I declare that every plan of the enemy against your mind, your body, and your purpose is broken. I speak peace over your heart, clarity over your thoughts, and strength over your spirit. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you, quickening, restoring, and renewing you from the inside out. I speak healing over you in every place where there has been pain, disappointment, or fatigue. I speak hope over you, that the joy of the Lord would rise up and overflow. I speak boldness over you, that fear and discouragement would have no place. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are chosen, called, and covered. I declare that every dry place in your life will become alive again by the breath of God. New strength, new faith, new fire, all in the name of Jesus. May you walk in divine peace, supernatural provision, and unshakable confidence in the Lord your God. May his presence go before you, his angels surround you, and his goodness follow you all the days of your life. I speak life over you, abundant, overflowing, victorious life, in the powerful name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sis. Make sure you send that to us.
I will.
All right. If you would like to drop off, we definitely understand. We love you. Again, just be bold. Be bold for Jesus. Be bold in what you ask him and how you talk to him. That's why Jesus died, was so that we could boldly approach the throne of God. And in that boldness, it's okay for us to reveal the secrets of our heart because he already knows.
Right.
But he's able to step in and help to heal that. And the Holy Spirit's able to step in and help to heal that, and to find purpose with that when you reveal that and open that up to him. So be blessed in 2026. We know you're going to hang out with us. Be sure to like and share this video.
Yes.
And with that said, we will catch y'all on the next one. Now, let's segue to the best presents ever.
Okay. I want to go first because
Okay.
I took it easy on you this year. And I know yours are a little bit, I know yours are probably going to be out there a little bit more. I took it a little bit easy on you.
I did not take it easy on
I
either
know you did not.
of you.
That's why I'm going to start first and then we'll end with yours.
All right.
So my husband said I don't get it. So I thought it was funny. I just have a weird sense of humor. He's like, I totally don't get it. I was like, well, picture it in your house. Would you get it then?
Yeah, that's I think the key part is just to
The picture
imagine
it in
it
your
being
house.
in someone's.
No, if you know my house, and if you know it says, if cats could talk, they wouldn't.
So I thought that was hilarious for you.
This is hilarious. Y'all know that we've got 4 cats, and they are all a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
One of them, I will tell you this one. I don't know if this was when we first started going over there, but Grace Marie had to go to the restroom, and you had a guard cat in the bathroom where she couldn't go to use the restroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. No, this is perfect. What if Zach didn't get
So
that?
Grace said that this is not that bad. However,
Okay.
again, picture it in your house, Gunner. Okay.
Okay.
He said I took it easy. Him and Grace
Okay.
said I took it easy on you, but I could see this sort of in your house because you're a crafty person. No, this was Grace. This is yours.
Oh, this is
You've
mine.
got his from us. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, this is yours.
That's why. Yeah. Sorry. I
Okay.
just handed it right over. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah. So you've got Gunners from us. So
Okay. Yes, we the one that we got for
Yes,
you is
I didn't
so
want to
special
yes.
that we doubled up
Yes.
on it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I didn't know if he could take 2 of those items in his house, in his new apartment or house.
Oh, but
Yeah,
don't you know the housewarming gifts?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one we got for Gunner was pretty good, so I thought I'm not gonna make him put up 2 of these.
Well, and I did show Sissy. I had already purchased one for you, and we found something else, and apparently they have taped this. So, there we go. We found something else, and so just wait for 2026 because it's.
I've already told Kenzie we're going to be hitting a lot of estate sales this year.
She's gonna love. Okay, so now one of them's got a look at their hands showing. One of them, this one has even got a pin in here that
my
see
goodness.
this pin. Be careful. I'm not sure it's in the cheek.
Okay,
So we've got. Are these potato hands? I don't know what these are
I'm
called.
not sure what they are, but these are beautiful. These are
Beautiful is not what I would call them, but okay.
So wonderful.
Watch the hand.
Look at their little.
little fat
they have
fingers.
little fat like potato hands. And this, I don't know if this is voodoo doll.
They're
What this
supposed to be
is.
angels, but they're made out of pantyhose.
Right.
And so,
If y'all can see Gunner's face right now.
and pipe cleaner, pantyhose and pipe cleaner. It
Pantyhose
looks
and
like. There we
pipe
go.
cleaner. Those
Put that
are
on your
so
dining room table.
special. Okay, so thank you. Thank you,
You're
Sissy.
welcome.
These are.
I feel like I took it
both
easy on you though,
appropriate.
compared to the gifts I've gotten from
They
you.
are so you bring so much joy. The pillow from last year brings so much joy at my family's Christmas. We keep it where only one eye is showing, so that I know like Sissy's always got a watchful eye on me, and I'll go in there once my family's been there and they've they've either uncovered or they've and I'm like, yeah, y'all, and they're like, we just don't get it, and I'm like, and you may never, but if you do, then you do.
So Gunner,
All right.
do you have a lot of decor in your house already?
We're going to do
No,
No.
not at all.
Okay, well we're going to help you out with
we
that.
have
Help me,
a
please.
Special gift
And remember,
for
this
you.
has to stay out for 1 year somewhere in your house.
Okay. I'm going to try to put it in the first thing
Probably
you see.
not going to want it in your bedroom.
I would say probably not.
I'm going to rip this apart off camera.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. There's
don't really
a
have
little
any
note
room,
on the
but-
front. It'll tell you what the top is. Once you unwrap it, you'll see the note.
It's a big note. I thought it was going to be. It's
a big
covering
note.
the entire.
It's a big note, and then
Okay.
you should be able from the bottom to lift up what's covering.
And I
The
just felt like
greatness.
this one gift would be all you could handle this year.
Let me
Yes.
let me read it real quick.
Okay.
The note says, "This is epic, Gunner. We think you are going to love this so much. It's a perfect housewarming gift for a very special young man. We sure love you and are so happy and thankful for your hanging with us. Love, Jennifer and Daly."
Yes.
Okay, and so you should be able to there from the front be able to move that on up and.
Close your eyes. Okay, don't look until. Do you need help?
Should I let the camera see it first?
Oh, I think you should. I think you should turn it towards the camera first.
Okay. You can tell from
Let
the
them
back
see it.
that it's going to be great. Look,
Yeah.
it's got the stain mark on the
It
back.
has-
Everybody
It's
has
got stain
seen
mark.
it, and I know you're loving it.
Okay.
All right, Gunner, you
Turn
ready
it
for the
on.
reveal?
Oh my gosh! No, that is not going in my room for sure.
I feel like you might not want to go to sleep with that looking at you.
Yeah, I'll have to find somewhere that's well lit. And somewhere that I won't see when I'm half asleep.
Are you hating
walking through
us right
the house.
now?
So I did listen to a podcast. It's called "Shut Up, Devil," and this guy was talking about.
Let me see it, Gunner.
That God, that
Oh my gosh, that's good. I just need to see
that
that.
like. You can't bring stuff into your house that like brings evil.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, well, thank goodness I listened to that podcast because if anything was, it's
Imagine this over on the ceiling when you wake up. That's
Imagine getting up to go to the bathroom.
oh,
what I'm saying. It cannot be. It can't
Picture.
be on the bathroom
So where's
path.
it going to go?
Maybe in the kitchen. There's a big wide open spot.
Are you so mad at us right now?
No, I love it, but I can't.
It's
It
precious.
cannot be anywhere
It's
where I'll
precious.
see it in the dark.
That dog is my dog. That's
That's
Lola
what I was
Bell.
thinking when I
So-
saw it.
So when you think of it, you can think
It's
of
little
Lola
Lola.
Bell.
Little
I
Lola
guess
Bell.
I'll just say that that's you, you and Lola Bell.
Me and Lola Bell. Okay.
You and Lola. All
right.
right, here we go, sis.
Oh, I'm scared. She's done me dirty. She's done me dirty a couple of years.
It's interesting again. Back to the vibes. Whenever we
It's
talk about
pretty.
the vibes that we both get.
So for those who are not watching but listening, explain that picture.
The picture I was told is Bozo the clown. for those of you old enough to know who Bozo is, if not. And then I don't know if Bozo had a dog. I should have done a little bit more research on it to see if Bozo had a dog, but it's a clown picture. And I just clowns
With a Yorkie, and I don't think
and he's with a Yorkie. They're both very happy.
and it's got watermarks on it from
yes, from
years
wherever
of
it
life
was.
and love.
From years of life and love. Yes. All right. Oh, and yeah, no, you had it right.
Oh, I had it right? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, Gunner. I am remodeling my living room. Is this something?
Yes.
So is this something that's going to have to be in my living room?
We may have to swap out
Okay. Let's see.
the angels
Oh my gosh.
a little bit. So
Oh, how
that's it.
sweet. That's
Isn't
awesome,
that
though.
precious?
Yes,
Is that
that's precious.
precious?
A picture
Mrs.
of
Claus?
Mrs. Claus and Santa
And
Claus,
Santa.
which is Delene and Christopher, her
yes.
son.
Yes.
I love that. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it.
Is she pretty? If she had, if
Yes,
I had
look.
blue eyes or if she had brown eyes, we look so
We
similar.
were kind of along the same lines
We were
with our
both
little
on,
dog.
gotta
on
put
the
a-
same
Yeah.
lines with the angel. What I love about her though is she is in some type of a syrup bottle with
Wait.
rocks, and so I think she's kind of a hodgepodge. She's kind of a zombie.
That's
a
same
zombie
with mine.
doll.
So okay, we're right along.
Yeah,
there.
it's just so here, let's put her right there.
So Gunner, I don't know
And
if you put your Peter Rabbit back
there.
up that we got you last year, but the year's over, so you don't technically have to keep him out if you don't want to
Right.
now.
Or you can just start
A collection.
I
little
just
corner
collect. I might see if I can build like a little shelf that goes
That
right
would be
over top
lovely.
and sit
That
on.
would be lovely. Put
I'd
put
keep
like
my
some
stuff
kitchen
out.
utensils up. Yeah. Tate and Madison are out. My nephew Sam and Amy, they also got married this year. They live in Florida, so they gave me this incredible, funny flamingo. Sorry, I was like pelican. No, it's not a pelican. It's a pink bird. Flamingo. And so now, once Tate and Madison, because that's what I've named my little boy Blue and the girl. I think I've had them on the podcast before. I've
Yes,
shown you
you
them.
did.
They're right now in Christmas Village. So once they leave Christmas Village, they're going to go to the sand or to the snow or to the sand, and they're going to hang out with the flamingo. So yeah, so we've got a whole little
Thank you.
thing
Oh,
going.
look,
Isn't
she's
Yeah,
proportionate.
she is proportionate.
Okay.
All right,
Isn't
well,
she precious?
I guess mine kind of sticks with the theme.
Oh, okay.
And you guys is both is in here.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll let you know
I'm so
whenever
proud of you for
whenever you get it apart.
participating.
Oh, mercy! Something. So there's feathers.
I see
involved.
feathers coming
There's
out.
feathers involved. Okay, sis, close your eyes. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. It's two items.
Okay. How are you doing that with your eyes closed?
Okay, I just grabbed them by the head.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Are we ready?
Are we
Yeah,
ready?
open up.
We're ready.
So I figured the very colorful one. I figured the colorful pink one I would say is Delene.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the white angel would be Sissy.
Okay.
Okay.
And I would like you guys to take the opposite person home.
Oh,
So that you
so
have
I've got
Sissy in
Sissy
your
my
house. You
and
have
she's
Delene
got
in your
Delene
house.
That's
Sweet.
awesome.
Very thoughtful. Zach's gonna be like, I don't know if that's gonna go with our new chairs that are coming next week.
Yeah,
But
you're gonna have
Maybe-
a lot of new dolls to
Maybe
put
in the
up.
kitchen.
I have a feeling that Gray and Grant, my nephews, will love it.
They will love it. They
Thank
will
you
love
guys.
this.
Thank you, Gunner. I appreciate you participating
Yes,
with us
yes,
because
this
I
is-
feel somehow you still came out on the raw end of the deal, Gunner.
Oh, mine is very good.
Somehow, I think, yeah.
I tried to find something closer to those lines.
Yes,
It's a good find.
these are good finds.
These are awesome.
They're the
and
finds
so-
that when you see them, you know. Okay,
Oh, you
that's
just
going.
know.
So when somebody asks me, I'm gonna be like, "That's Dylan. That's
right.
my friend Dylan. Look at the
right.
serious eyes
I
on this
know,
one that is me. She's so deep and
so
mysterious.
deep
Look.
and thoughtful, and just
She's like-
prayerful. And this one,
She's
she
not
is
judging
just,
you. She's discerning.
She's just, yeah. And then this one, the Delene Angel is like,
Oh,
hey,
she's like, oh, your shoe's
that some
untied. Let me
chocolate?
get that for you. Look.
let me tie your shoe.
She's like, let me get that for
Can I
you.
wash your dishes?
Okay, I love it. I feel
yes.
like we've got, I don't know, we've got
We've got.
We got to move around some stuff to make a place for these
We're
beauties.
gonna have to find a place for.
I love my picture.
Away from Cooper.
Yeah, this one's gonna take up quite a bit of real estate, but
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
but it'll be nice.
next
Again,
year Kenzie may get her own, so we may.
I'm just saying. We
never know.
You know, everybody starts their own traditions. If you guys want to take this as your own way to start your own tradition, you know, again, please do. But yes, every year we have to show the items, and everyone was thrilled.
So the big velvet matador
Yes.
painting that you gave me, that has been passed on to my son.
It's now in Tate's hands.
In Tate's hands, and he loves it.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yes.
It was something.
It was up for a year or 2
2
years.
years.
2 years in her living room.
My living room.
Y'all, that
Put it on
thing
the wall, and
was.
it actually matched my wall.
It was 6
a conversation
by 10.
piece.
It was 6 feet by 10. It was the biggest, gaudiest velvet painting of,
You can just
matador.
picture a big turntable in front of it with a couple
Yes.
of ashtrays with
Yes.
cigarettes stuck
velvet
in.
carpet, velvet wallpaper.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of fun doing this through the years.
A lot of fun. So, so it looks like we're going to be able to fill our homes with more
Yes.
Christmas joy with this.
I love them. Thank you guys so much.
Yes. All right.
We all want the
love
same
y'all.
theme. That's
I know we did. Isn't that again back to y'all? He's got such a sense of humor.
he does.
Too.
He does. You're right.
And I know we talked about. Do we want to talk about one of the topics that you had mentioned that we study on for the first of the new year? And I don't think we've got the series set yet.
No,
but do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So in January, probably towards the end of January, we're going to start doing a small group. If you would like to join us, I'm just saying small group, a Bible study. And we're going to start learning a little bit about angels like Michael, the archangel, because, you know, my mind keeps going back to a year ago, I think, when I was speaking at Strong Tower, and a girl was talking, a young girl, teenager was talking to me about when she gets to heaven and gets her wings. And I was like, honey, you know, God makes angels and God made you. When you get to heaven, you don't
We are
turn into
not.
an angel.
Yes.
He
Yes,
makes
that is a
angels, he
myth.
makes you.
That is a myth.
And
We
so
are
for
not
some reason that's been on my
angels.
mind a lot lately.
Yeah.
So I just want to delve deeper into that a little bit. So we're
Yes.
just going to start studying about angels. We're not worshiping angels, but we're going to, God does send angels to us
Right.
to protect us.
Yes. Bible is clear about that.
Yes. So we want to dig into the word a little bit and just find out about those angels. Just because I don't really know why God's put that on my heart, but I know that He did. And so we're going to get more information to you out soon about that, about
Yes.
a meeting place where you can come in person. We're going to have Gunnar video it as well. So if you're not able to come in person, that's fine. But we would love for this to be an in-person thing if you're able to.
Absolutely.
So we will get more information out to you soon on that. So stay tuned and be praying about that as well for us, if you don't mind.
All right. All right. Well, again, if you've got topics or things that you want us to dive into, we love diving into the not what I wouldn't say the not so popular, but I mean, we'll dive into any topic about the Bible and just try to uncover it the best way we know and the best way we study.
And your testimonies. If you have a
and the
testimony that you'd like to share with
absolutely.
us, we'd love to hear your testimony,
Yes.
and we might have you on in 2026 as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, from our family to yours, have a beautiful 2026. I know you're going to be joining us, but remember what we read in both Proverbs about setting the plans and letting God walk you through those steps. All right. We love y'all, and we'll connect soon.
See you next time.
Bye. Shoo, Jennifer.
Oh my gosh, Gunnar, you did so good.